15 minutes maximum. I wish it's less than that. 2 minutes to introduce yourself, and then we will have, three of us will have 15 minutes to deliver the discussion. Your main examiner is Dr. Akram, I believe so, Akram Samour, and yes. We'll take it from there. Go ahead. Time is ticking, and it's 11:28, so by 12 we have to finish everything. Go ahead.
Inshallah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I will share a brief summary of my career and experience. Sorry for this format, for me not this as that. Okay. Regarding my qualifications, I graduated in 2003 with a bachelor's degree in computer information system. In 2014, I completed a master's degree in business administration. I am currently in the DBA program. My work experience includes 20 years. I have worked for the Ministry of Interior since 2004 with experience across multiple departments. My primary service has been in Department of Governorates Development Governorates, which aims to facilitate the implementation of development projects in the governorates. I work as the head of the local development department. I've had a personal experience with starting a small project, receiving the supporting of government institutions through training and facilitating funding. My title research, the impact of training programs on the achievement of competitive advantage in small and medium projects in Jordan, projects supported by government institutions. A small project are typically defined as businesses with a number of employees below a certain threshold, in addition to other secondary factors of classification. However, a number of employees is the most common basis. Government institutions support the small project with funding and training as the government realizes how important and impactful small projects are to the Jordanian economy. The Jordanian government classifies small, micro, and small and medium projects based on two main factors in each of industrial, commercial, and services economic sectors. First and foremost, number of employees, and secondly, the sales value throughout the year. Example, in the industrial sector, a business with more than 5 employees, yet less than 20, or having a total of 1 million GDs as annual sales value would be considered a small business. A problem statement, a small project in general don't pay much attention to the training programs as they consider the training expenses as extra costs that should be saved instead. So the government support with guidance and the funding would help provide those training programs. The lack of qualified training and capable human resources to cope with all the changes and challenges will weaken the ability of SMEs, small projects, to compete. The main question, what is the impact of the training programs on the achievement of competitive advantage in small and medium projects, particularly those supported by government institutions? Sub-questions. How does the quality of training content affect product or service quality, innovation, cost reduction, operational efficiency, and customer satisfaction and loyalty in SMEs in Jordan? Second question, what is the influence of training delivery methods on the aforementioned components in SMEs in Jordan? Third question, how does the expertise of the trainer impact this component in SMEs in Jordan? Fourth question, to what extent do participation in training programs as accessibility to training materials affect the aforementioned components in SMEs in Jordan? Study model and hypothesis. There are independent variable training program contain 4 component: training content and training delivery methods and trainer expertise and participation and accessibility. Dependent variable competitive advantage includes 5 component: quality, innovation, cost reduction, operational efficiency. The main hypothesis, training programs have a significant positive impact on the achievement of competitive advantage in small and medium enterprises, SMEs in Jordan, particularly in the term of enhancing equality, fostering innovation, reduction costs, improving operational efficiency, and increasing customer satisfaction and loyalty. And there are sub hypotheses. Hypothesis 1, the quality of the training content positively affect each component of competitive advantage. Hypothesis 2, training delivery methods positively affect each component of competitive advantage. Hypothesis 4, trainer expertise positively affect each component competitive advantage. Logical model. The following logical model contains inputs, activities, outputs, in addition to short-term outcomes, intermediate outcomes, long-term outcomes. In inputs, funding and the resources and trainer expertise, facilitating activities, high quality training content, diverse training delivery methods, access to training material, outputs, number of training sessions, number of SMEs, quality and report, short-term improved employees' skills, enhance understanding, quality, innovation, increase the satisfaction, training program, initial improvement, intermediate increased operational efficiency in SMEs, enhanced the product, reduced operational costs, improved customer satisfaction, long-term achievement of sustainable competitive advantage, economic growth and sustainability with SMEs in Jordan, contribution in GDP, improved employment rates. The slide. My sample size constant 300 projects distributed among 3 government institutions, including 100 projects from each institutions. The government institutions, the first one, NHUB, the National Self-Employment Program, NHUB, was established in 2019. The second, the Development Employment Fund was established in 1992. It follows to the Ministry of Labor. The third institution, Jordan Enterprises Development Corporation, JETCO, was established in 1972. Follows Ministry of Industrial. The gap in literature, limited focus on government-supported training in Jordan, a lack of specific analysis on competitive advantage outcomes, gap in empirical evidence linking training content to competitive outcomes. Study data analysis. I use confirmatory factor analysis in AMOS. This figure presents the structural equation model for analyzing the impact of various components of a training program on achieving a competitive advantage. The model includes the main latent variable related to training, training content, training delivery method, trainer expertise and participation and accessibility, and 5 latent variable competitive advantage outcomes: equality, innovation, cost, operational efficiency, and customer satisfaction, loyalty. Each component measured by 4 indicators. Slide. This model is used to test each hypothesis. Path with higher positive coefficient support by hypothesis. There is 4 hypotheses, and the relation between and training program component and the competitive advantage component. In conclusion, the quality of training content significantly impacts the improvement of quality and fostering innovation in Jordan. Second, in Jordan, SMEs decrease of costs, the enhancement of efficiency of operations, and increasing customer satisfaction and loyalty of the minor importance of the quality of training content. Third, product or service quality, fostering innovation and improvement of customer satisfaction and loyalty. Training for training delivery methods has no significant influence to reduce cost and enhance operational efficiency in Jordan. SMEs expertise, 5 expertise of the trainer positively influence product and service quality and enhance innovation in Jordan. 6, training expertise has no significant influence to reduce costs, enhance operational efficiency, and increase customer satisfaction and loyalty in Jordan. 7, participation in the training programs and accessibility to training materials positively impact on quality and innovation aspect in Jordan. SMEs. Last one, participation in the training programs and accessibility to training materials insignificantly negatively impact reducing the cost and enhancement of operational efficiency. Recommendations: align training, the first one, align training content with project needs. Tailor training content to specific project requirement to maximize relevance and application. Second, enhance training delivery methods. Use mixed delivery method formats to cater to diverse learning performance and increase engagement. Improve trainer selection and support. Select experienced trainer and provide them with resources to maximize their effectiveness. For increase accessibility and particular application. And last one, foster supportive organizational environment. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Shakir. Thank you for sticking to the time, roughly. Your main examiner is Dr. Akram. Dr. Akram?
Yes. Yes, Prof.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Thanks a lot, Prof. Zahar, again, for giving me this opportunity. Thanks. It's my pleasure to be with Dr. Nuha again. And thanks, Shakir, for this very informative presentation. Just regarding the keywords in the abstract, I would like to say that I think you should add something in the key words you have already put. For example, I can say that you mentioned that your title was the impact of training programs in SMEs on competitive advantage, projects supported by government institutions in Jordan. So I think you should add a project supported by government institutions and also should add Jordan. Is it okay, my friend?
Okay.
I think also your abstract can be improved. It's more or less very little, and I don't think that you already clarified the main components, such as the research question, main question, for example, or main objective, and why this is important. In the same time, the methodology and the methods you used. Just a minute, please.
Yes, sir.
No, you can't wait. Yes, I took it before, and the landlady said, no problem, no problem.
I am sorry for this interruption. It's out of my hand. So I think the abstract also should be improved regarding all components. I mean, the main objective, why this objective or question, why this question is important, and also the methodology, and furthermore regarding the results and the conclusion. Okay?
Okay, Doctor.
For example, I didn't see any conclusion or just a few recommendations, and I don't think this is enough.
Okay.
Regarding the research problem, which is very important part of any research, I think you should improve it by some interviews with important persons in the organizations you have done it. You have done your research about it, or even experts in, let me say, SMEs, etc. This is very important. And I noted that there is a problem in writing the introduction of the introduction chapter. I put, for example, you can start with training programs, a paragraph about training programs, and you can do a citation. Then you can go to competitive advantage. Then you can go for SMEs. Then you can go for project supported by governmental institutions or government institutions. Sometimes it is good in the introduction even to connect between the independent variable and dependent variable, I mean training programs and competitive advantage. Furthermore, just a minute. Unfortunately, in the majority of the theses or dissertations I read in these few days, I found there is actually a mixing between practical significance and also scientific significance or importance. When we talk about scientific, we should talk about the importance of the research topic according to the latest and updated refereed journal articles. To what extent this topic is important in research currently. When we talk about practical, let me say, significance or even importance, we should talk about to what extent the research will be useful for SMEs, to what extent it will be useful for SMEs supported by governmental institutions, etc. To what extent it's important for myself, to what extent it will be important for, let me say, the stakeholders. That's it. Now, sorry?
Yes, Doctor.
No, sorry. Go ahead.
Yes. Now, what is the source of the model? Yes, Doctor. Prof.
Yeah, I agree with you, but we need to restrict the time, Dr. Akram, as you suggested.
Yes, finishing. What is the source of the model?
Yes, Doctor. The resource for component from literature review and some of expertise in this field.
Listen, my friend, this is a big problem. When we have a model, we should say this model, okay, have been taken from so and so. We should mention the source of the model. And if we would like to provide a new model, we should collect data, analyze data, and then we can provide a model based on the research we have done. In the future, this model can be tested by others to confirm that this model is correct or not correct, or it is research-wise logic or not logic. This is a big problem, to be honest with you. It's not allowed in research to go and see this and that and put these variables together and say that, no, this can be done after undertaking a research, or otherwise, if it is explanatory research, then it is very important to say that this is explanatory research and the model developed by so and so, and we are here trying to test this model. Many other actually points regarding the case studies should be reordered according to the time of the previous studies, such as you can start by the oldest and go for the latest and go for the oldest, and you should clarify how did you use the research, previous studies in your research. How did you implement? How did you benefit from the previous study? And I would like to say thank you, and that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Akram. Thank you very much.
More notes can be seen on the dissertation I can provide to you later on.
Inshallah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Dr. Akram. Floor is yours, Dr. Nuha. Go ahead. You have 5 minutes, 7 minutes, whatever.
Thank you, Professor. Shakir, what are your findings to the impact of training programs on the different institutions? You've compared them. You've compared between the results of 3 institutions, 3 government institutions, right? With regards to competitive advantage, which one had the highest? Which one had the advantage?
The sample from the project supported by 3 government institutions. To not focus one project or government institution, because there are different training programs for each institutions. So I want.
Which one had the highest advantage? Which one had the advantage, according to your comparison, your study?
Yeah, in general, in government institutions.
Okay. I didn't see anything on monitoring and follow-up. Did you include it anywhere?
Sorry, not clear.
Did you include the monitoring and follow-up feedback on the training anywhere in your study? When you give a training program for projects in specific, you need to follow up on the implementation of training content in practice in the project itself. Do they have any follow-up and monitoring after the training?
No, Doctor.
Okay, so that's something that you need to mention. Well, I've worked in such training programs, so I know that a follow-up is very important with this regard. Okay, you've mentioned that the trainer expertise has no impact on cost. Well, according to my experience, if you do monitoring and follow-up and you find out that there was no impact of the training due to the trainer's deficiency or bad performance, then that would add to your cost as an institution by having additional training provided to the SME, the project holder or whoever is doing the project. So in order to make up for the deficiencies in training. Okay, so that adds to the cost actually, but it depends on following up and monitoring. So these are related. Okay. Did you have anything on the modification of training content due to the specialization, the grouping of projects? Because some projects would require a more, or all projects would require modification of the training material. You can't give the same example for agriculture SMEs, for industrial SMEs, for whatever. So you need to modify the training material according to each project or to the grouping of projects. Did you see or include anything on that in your research?
Every project have different circumstances or needs, so that tailored to economic sector and circumstances of each project is necessary.
So yeah, did you have that recommended in your or tested in your study?
Recommended focus on training programs or training content for each sector. Okay,
great. Yeah, so that's fine. They're just need to make it more clear.
Because
in
in
your,
general, it's generalized.
Yeah, but it's pretty important for a training programs to be modified according to each sector, and it requires more focusing on the important content or the points that need to be highlighted for each training. That's it from my side, Professor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I had a discussion with Shakir last week, and I asked him specifically to include the trainees. Where have you included your trainees in your study? When you study a training program, there is a provider like Nahda and Jido and so and Jidko and so on, and they are trainees. You want to know the quality of the training, you need to touch the trainees. What have you done for this? I ask you specifically to add this. What have you done?
Not clear, sorry, Doctor.
When I discussed your dissertation last week, if you remember, I asked you specifically to add the opinion of the trainees on the quality. You have here, when you say 300 projects that that you've as a sample size, these people are from the JIDICO or Nahda, صح? These are the people who were questioned.
Yes.
I asked you specifically to add the opinion of those trainees, not the providers of the training. What do they think? Because they are stakeholders, actually many stakeholders. Have you added this and where? Because I cannot see it.
Professor, sorry. The project, the trainees is supported in this government. 100 from each government institution. It's owners, stakeholders. It's a training.
Shakir, keep it short. Have you included the trainees or not? Yes or not? That's it. Have you included them in your questionnaire or not? In your survey, have you included the trainees or not? Yes or no?
No, Doctor.
Providing that I have stressed on this last week, what do you, if you were in my place, what will be your opinion? How would you feel? That I ask you specifically to add the trainees' opinion. Anyway, you must add them. You must have a special section called the stakeholder analysis. And I need to see this specifically, stakeholder analysis. You put all the stakeholders, including for the projects, the financiers, the government concerned ministry, the trainees, and tell me what will be their feedback or their role in such a study over the training programs. I've done, and we will convene now to check your work, but on all circumstances, let us respect our time that we spend together looking at your work, and then you put whatever in your mind, and you did not add what I have suggested to make your dissertation better. Anyway, okay. Any question, Dr. Nuha, Dr. Akram?
No. Just we have extra points such as SMEs in Jordan. You should write about it. I discovered that you did not do this part of literature review, and maybe more things. No problem now. Thank you.
Yes, inshallah.
Okay, Dr. Nuha.
سلامتك يسلم. تمام.
Okay, we'll convene to discuss. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, let me start with our second. Okay, let me start the recording again. Bismillah. Okay, we are reconvening again here to deliver the verdict for the after the discussion, thorough discussion of the examining committee. The main supervisor, the main examiner, Dr. Akram, you have the floor. Go ahead.
First of all, again, thanks, Prof. Zahir, for inviting me for this Viva, and in the same time, I would like to express my deep pleasure being with Dr. Nuha. Shakir, I would like to say you have done very well work, and maybe some minor corrections are required. So I would like to say that your English is fine also. This should be mentioned. And we appreciate your research skills, your research efforts, and I think it is meeting the standards. But please consider actually to do the corrections and to represent your work in more developmental way by actually listen to our let me say discussion again and take some instructions from me, Prof. Zahir, and also Dr. Nuha. Try to do every single actually fault you ask or development we asked you to do. So congratulations, you passed with minor corrections. Thank you.
Thank you, Victor. Thank you. Thank you, Prof.
Okay, Dr. Nuha, would you pass him?
Congratulations, Shakir. Well deserved. You've done a very good work. Your presentation was impressive, and good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Congratulations, Dr. Shakir. And I'll be working with you on that stakeholder analysis to finalize your work. Do it as quick as you can. Congratulations again. We are proud to have you with us. To be frank with you, you listen partially to what we say, so it's okay. Better than others who do not listen. يلا okay. Congratulations. مبارك ربنا يبارك فيك ويجعلك يعني بخدمة لوطنك ولدينك ولشعبك ولأمتك إن شاء الله. يعطيك العافية.
تسلم يا دكتور. تسلم بروفيسور. شكرا.